Welcome to Same But Different. This is the movie talk show where we talk about movies, we give reviews, we talk about entertainment, have some fun entertainment movie games. We're here today to talk about the new Super Mario Galaxy movie. Let's go. Yeah, it's the brand new animated movie from what is it? Illumination?
That's correct.
Yeah. Yeah, the sequel to the billion-dollar movie, Super Mario Bros. Movie. So now it's not the Super Mario Bros. Movie, it's just the Super Mario Galaxy. And they made that very apparent in the film. That it's not the Bros. Movie anymore.
Yeah, I guess
But
they
we'll
did.
talk about it. We'll talk about it. Let's get right into it. Brody, fresh thoughts. Let's hear them.
I'm gonna go ahead and say right out the gate, it's not as bad as everybody's saying. It's not.
Okay.
It's not. It's not that bad. In fact, it was enjoyable on a very surface level. It's impossible not to compare a movie to its predecessor. Like, this is a sequel to what I deem a fantastic movie. I thought the first one was really quite great. And this one was really quite something. It was a just an onslaught of references, much like the first one was, but the first one had a little more substance to it, I suppose. This one, it kind of forgot to implement any form of
Art?
love.
Oh, heart.
The way the
Gotcha.
first one did, like the first one being all about the brothers, like it wasn't even about Mario
Yeah.
and Peach, it was about brotherhood. And because, these movies, ultimately, a lot of animated movies are for families. The Super Mario movies, unfortunately for us as adults, are for kids. They're for kids
Yeah.
that adults can maybe enjoy, but they're not for families. They're for kids. And that's very evident in this one. It's a lot of the jokes, Yoshi included. Yoshi didn't bother me by any means, but a lot of Yoshi's jokes were very much for the kids, like the smoochy sounds when they were talking about Peach and him and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's very much for kids, this movie.
It's going to make kids laugh and giggle the whole time. My issue is, though, that are we going to... Because there are kids' movies out there that kids really enjoy. The first one, for some reason, that comes to mind is the first Frozen movie. Like, that blew up for children, right?
Okay.
Like, are we really going to accept and allow... like lower substance, lower quality movie for children now, just because it's just like, sugar filled feast for the eyes without any substance, and we just give the excuse that, oh well, it was for kids. But there's so many kids movies that are good with substance,
I guess here's my question for you. Who are you not to allow it?
Well, we as an audience.
Yeah,
right?
no,
Like,
I know.
Yeah,
I'm just teasing.
I know.
I
know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I do think the kids are gonna love this because it was a super fun time. Let's talk about some of the good stuff instead, because I feel like I'm just getting a little complacent into this was a mediocre movie.
Sure.
This movie is visually gorgeous. I can't stress enough,
Yeah.
and I don't know what it's called in animated movies, so I'm just gonna use, like, this was live action, the cinematography.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I don't know
mean,
what
just
the-
animation.
Yeah, I guess so. The way, like, it's almost like Matrix-esque, where, like, in the middle of the fight, the camera will, like, zoom around to the other side of them, but it's all one cohesive action sequence. So much fun. Like, top tier animation. So cool.
Agreed. Yeah, especially the action sequences. The action sequences were unreal.
Yeah, they really were. I would say, and I'm not gonna spoil this movie too much. It's pretty cut and dry. There's not much to worry about in terms of spoilers. Up the point when Mario and Peach were, like, storming the gates toward the climax of the movie, or I guess that was the start of the climax, all the way through to the end, I did really enjoy.
I agree.
I think the last 20 to 30 minutes of this movie was as good as the first one.
Solid ending, climax, and kind of denouement or whatever the hell you call it.
Sure.
The only thing is that it felt like it was giving us this huge, satisfying payoff, but had none of the setup.
Yeah.
which was so disappointing. It was like, wow,
Yeah.
this is really amazing, but like my heart would be in this so much more if the heart and the setup existed prior to this.
No, that's absolutely fair. They did
Yeah.
try with the heart with Peach and Rosalina and everything like that. It just didn't quite land. There was no reason for us to really
No.
care all that much about it. So obviously went and I saw it with Erin, and she said a really interesting thing that I definitely agree with. Movies like this, where they just keep, like, it's a very linear plot about get there,
Mm-hmm.
save this person, the end.
Yeah.
They keep stopping along the way with random intervals, and it just I don't know what she had a word for it, but like, what was the point of the bee planet? They just got to places for fan service, but there was no
100,
reason for any of that to happen.
100%. And to answer your question, what was the point? I guess two answers. One, there was no point. And two, the point of the filmmakers, I think, was, yeah, just to give you more characters to be like, hey, look, we remember these characters from this video game. And that was it. That's it.
Yeah, and I'm okay with like the queen bee and the guy from Super Mario World 2. I forget his name, the bubble guy. I'm okay
Mort.
with yeah, I'm okay with them just being little sort of random stops along the way. But they did Birdo dirty, man. I will say that Star Fox and everything about Fox was perfect.
Amazing.
The
And
little
especially his introduction when
the
it went into like the animation.
the animation intro is amazing. All the references when Toad yells "do a barrel roll," when
Yeah.
it cut to Slippy, an actual screen grab from the N64 game at one
Yeah,
point.
when he was saying like, I guess that's what I get for having a co-pilot that's a frog or something like
Like
that.
actually grabbing those graphics from that game was awesome.
Yeah.
So it's all over the place because no, it didn't have a plot. Neither did the first one. The first one was about get to the Mushroom Kingdom, rescue Luigi. This one is about get to space, rescue Rosalina. But the first one just did something better. I wish I knew what. And it's not like any of the games have plots either. So lack of plot didn't bother me, but it's how they
Mm-hmm.
executed the journey along the way, I think, is what bothered me. Also, last point,
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't want Bowser to be on Team Mario ever.
Right.
I don't want Bowser to be. I know he wasn't a good guy, and he's never going to be a good guy, but he was for a portion of this movie. I
Big
don't.
portion.
I don't want it. I don't want Bowser to be a good guy. Period.
It felt wrong. I think that it's interesting to see him struggle
Sure.
with morality. I think that's a very interesting character trait. But like when he was so quick to just like dive over to the good side
Yeah.
and just be like, I'm a good guy now.
Yeah.
Like, and that felt weird. It felt awkward.
Don't want it.
Yeah.
Don't want it.
I agree.
But yeah, it's all right. I'm still baffled that they cast someone at all for the voice of Yoshi, let alone a well-known actor.
Mm.
Because Yoshi, like, that could have been just anybody.
Now, rumor has it that Donald Glover actually phoned in and said, I want to do this.
That's
Make me do
crazy.
this.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The Bowser Jr. and Bowser storyline was all right. It was kind of cute. It was kind of sweet. I liked Bowser Jr. as a character. But yeah,
Yeah.
movie fell short. It wasn't anything super special. I'm excited because I think logically, the next step we'll get is maybe a Star Fox movie.
Yeah.
I thought that's what the first secret ending was going to be, and then they kind of just didn't do that, and I was like, no. But yeah, all in all, I wouldn't say I'm underwhelmed. I'm just whelmed. I'm just like it was.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be better. I didn't really expect it to be better, and that's kind of where I'm at.
Fair enough. I think I'm slightly underwhelmed.
Okay.
I'm like 1 or 2 points under the whelmed area.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially for the majority of the movie. And like you said, the last 30 minutes or whatever, not 30 minutes, 20 minutes maybe,
Something hard to say.
I was locked in. The animation had my eyes glued to the screen. So yeah, kudos to the animation team. They're just getting better at what they do.
Yeah.
It was incredible. I saw it in IMAX. And
Okay.
it blew my mind. I know it sounds pretentious, but like to see something like that animated in IMAX and on a huge 80-foot screen, like I was just mind blown. And my first thought out of the theater was like, I'm going back to see this movie, regardless how I feel about it, and I'm gonna eat a gummy. Like it looks, oh, I can't wait, honestly.
All right.
The music. So just as much as the visuals are candy for the eyes, the music is candy for the ears.
Yeah.
Um, I think they heard the outcry from the first round, from the first movie. They were using modern day songs and music in a Mario movie, and everyone's like, "Where's the classic stuff?
Yeah.
Where are the familiar tunes and sounds we all know and love?" And it was wall to wall that in this movie. You heard all of the songs across from all of the games, and then they even implemented unique and familiar sounds into the soundtrack, which was so cool. And yes, if you're a gamer, if you're a nerd, and if you're under 10 years old, like all of the nostalgic, I guess this doesn't apply to under 10 years old because nostalgia isn't a thing yet, but
Yeah.
all the character references and everything that they threw at you in your face, and you're like, oh, there, that. I was literally like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme, just like pointing at the screen. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I was having so much fun when they were just throwing shit at me. But all of that to say, it could not distract me from the fact that yes, it was just lacking so much in the story department, the themes. It was lacking in the pacing was really jarring.
Okay.
So okay, let's talk about the plot. Yes, super simple, and in any other movie, I would have an issue with it, but the Super Mario movie, the first one, didn't have much of a plot either, like you said, but it had theme. It had a thematic element of like, we're brothers, we're going to do this together, we're going to get stronger together, and like that was a really uplifting theme. There wasn't any of that. There could have been that in this with Peach and Rosalina, but you know, Rosalina wasn't on screen for 80% of the movie.
Nope.
So they could have had that, but they didn't. They had a little bit of that with Bowser Jr. and Bowser. I think that was the most interesting character and story or thematic element in the movie.
That's fair.
Outside of that, none of the characters developed in any way, shape, or form. None of them had like really poignant, cool, defining moments where you could be like, yeah, that character. Like Star Fox showing up is fun, but like none of them had like a really character moment, you know?
No, you're right.
And that was kind of weird. I will say though that as much as I didn't laugh in this movie,
I laughed a few times.
there were a couple like smirks I gave and chuckles. But there was one joke that actually made me laugh out loud.
Okay.
And I think it was worth all of the laughs I didn't have. And it was when Bowser, I'm going to paraphrase, but it was when Bowser says like, oh man, you grow up so fast when I'm not paying attention.
Yeah.
Like that was such a good joke. I lost it. That was so good.
I remember laughing at that one too.
Oh, it was perfect. I don't know if you noticed this. This is another thing that I had with the movie that was like glaringly wrong for me. The pacing.
Okay.
The pacing was so fast. We had no time to breathe in this movie. And probably that's speaking to the attention spans of the demographic. But you need time to soak in what just happened. They were just like, we go here and then here and then here and then this happens and then here and then here and then we transfer here and then here and then here. It was wild how fast this movie went to get to the end. I just wanted some time to sit down with the characters at maybe 1 or 2, 3 parts max and just talk about their feelings or something.
That's fair.
Like just to digest what just happened. And on that note, to the talking note, I bet you any money if we were to condense all the dialogue in this movie, it would be 10 pages of script. If that.
Yeah, it wasn't much.
It was so awkward to have this huge, maybe like not a musical number, but like, you know, lots of music and action and things happening and adventure happening just for like a soundbite to come in and be like, whoa, that was scary, or something like that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
they were just one-liners after one-liners that had no cohesive flow to them at all. There was no dialogue. It was so weird. There was a few lines, but it was just so weird
Mm-hmm.
that I was just watching, and you know, movies are a visual medium. I understand that, but it was just so weird to hear a lack of dialogue in this, and I think that was a detriment to, you know, character development, themes, whatever. They just didn't talk very much,
Okay.
and that bothered me. So yeah, a little underwhelmed,
Okay.
a little less than whelmed, but a visual feast. So much fun as far as like nerddom goes.
Sure.
So yeah, next time I'm gonna have a good time with it under different mental circumstances. But yeah,
Um,
eh,
I have 3 more rapid fire things to say.
let's hear it.
They're gonna be quick. One, I don't know if you felt this as well. Star Fox on screen. This is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. I mean, obviously, there's a billion degrees of nostalgia there, but what I was feeling wasn't nostalgia. What I was feeling was like, oh my god, if only 8-year-old Brody knew when he was playing these games that one day he'd get to see Star Fox on the big screen. Like, it was this weird.
Oh,
It wasn't nostalgia. It was like, I don't know how to explain it without it sounding like nostalgia, but it was like looking
it was,
into the past. I don't know.
yeah, it was kind of like a finally moment for me. You know?
Yeah, it was really, really, really neat.
Yeah, I agree.
2, I think it was a mistake not at least teasing at Wario in this one.
Yeah,
I think he'll probably come in the third one, and that's all well and good. But I think this is the second movie. Wario's a main character, if you ask me. I get Waluigi not being in it. That's fine, I guess. Wario
yeah,
needed to be like the secret ending and the character reveal. Love it. I would have picked Wario. That's all I'm
yeah. Fair
saying.
enough. I think I would have at least, because Wario has his own series of games. A lot of them which are titled Wario Land.
Yep.
I think it would have been really cool if they at least passed a planet that referenced it. And yeah, Wario. I think Wario will be the bad guy of the third movie.
Me
I think
too.
that would be perfect.
Me
Yeah.
too, which is why a secret ending would have been perfect.
Yeah.
And the third thing, and this one just baffled me. Did you notice in the credits that Sean Combs was credited?
You're lying.
They credited Diddy
No, they didn't.
in this movie.
Are you kidding? You're kidding.
I'm not kidding. It's the first song that came up. It's the Notorious B.I.G. song, or I think, or whatever it is, right? Diddy's in it.
When
And
Yoshi's going through the city. Right?
yep.
No shit.
And to not credit him is very easy to do. Someone knew they were putting that in there and they did it, and or pick a different song. I don't know. Baffled me.
Whoa.
Couldn't believe it.
Boycott Super Mario Galaxy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh,
That's wild.
I have a fourth thing. Sorry.
Let's hear it. Yeah,
All the
no.
references, all the characters. When Luigi drew the one that popped up to life, I gasped.
Yeah.
I gasped. I don't gasp. I
Oh,
audibly
yeah.
went, I gasped.
Yes, and oh my god, me too. I lost my mind. And I also have a theory that we will not be getting a Super Smash Brothers movie. I don't think we'll get one that dedicated to Super Smash Bros. Because I think in each movie they're going to put fight scenes amongst characters that's going to scratch that itch, which is what we got a lot of in this movie.
Even the little reference to like how you thought Mario and Fox inherently hated each other, and then they were like, "Hey, how's it going?" Like that was a reference to Super Smash Bros. For sure.
100%. And there were certain moves, like Peach did the butt move,
Yep.
where she like hits things with her butt. She did that move at one point. There's so many Super Smash Brothers references, including that character who popped up, and Rob at the desk.
Yeah.
There's so many references and fight scenes that kind of satisfy that. I don't think they can ever do like Super Smash Brothers movie, because what excuse do they have to just everybody fight each other? Like, that's so weird to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think
Unless
we'll
it was
see
like
it.
a
I don't
Mortal
think we'll see
Kombat
it.
where there's like a tournament and all in the galaxy need to come together to find out who's the best fighter to take on the Master Hand. I don't know.
Maybe. And maybe we will. And I think what it'll be if they do go down that route is, what was the evil that was chasing Rosalina and Peach when they were younger? They never reference what that evil was. Rosalina just says like an evil force caused
Sure.
me to send you away.
Yeah.
What happened with that? Like, did the evil force do something with Rosalina? What happened? We have no context. Which brings me to a huge plot hole.
Oh.
We could just go through this movie. At the this I don't know if I'm spoiling anything. So minor spoilers, I guess. The Luminas, the Lumens, what are those stars called?
Yep.
The Lumas?
Yeah, I think Lumas, I think.
They're just like, hey, let's go visit Mushroom Kingdom. And Rosalina's like, sure, let's do it. What? Why didn't you do that?
Like,
Why didn't you do that 10, 15 years ago? What caused you to stay away when you could just easily go visit?
there's got to be a reason.
What?
There's got to be a reason.
That totally just nixes all of the Peach's motivation to find out, who she is, and like wild to me that they did that.
Yeah.
That bothered me a lot. I was like, why didn't you just go do that if you could do it so easily? It was so weird.
Really odd, actually. Yeah, I didn't think of that one.
Yeah. Anyway, we should stop talking. I would see this movie because of those who are fans of Mario and the Super Mario universe and all the characters. See it because it'll put a smile on your face just to see it all. But just like, don't expect a good movie out of it. Just expect nostalgia slop in your face.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
I'll watch it again before the third one comes out, and that's about it.
Yeah. I saw a review from somebody, I believe it was Kit Laser, on TikTok, and he said something about, this movie is something that I can see myself watching on a small TV screen on an airplane 2 seats in front of me.
That's fair.
Yeah. Like, it's just something you glance at every once in a while and be like, ooh.
Yeah, because every time you glance, it's probably going to look pretty cool.
Have you seen the Super Mario Galaxy movie? Please let us know in the comment section below what you thought about the film. While you're down there, just like the video, subscribe to the channel, do us a solid, and help us grow. We're almost at 1,000, Brody.
We're so close.
It's been so long.
Freaking close, guys. Just freaking subscribe.
Just do it, and we'll get there and continue to make content for you. Keep watching movies. We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.